Hello everyone, it's Kat and I'm back today to test a very cult classic mascara that has been around for a long time and I've never actually tried despite it being really cheap and very easy to access. So this is the Essence Lash Princess False Lash Mascara. It comes in the normal one and also the waterproof one, and whenever anyone talks about Essence, they always talk about how this is the best mascara. For some reason, I've never used it. I've used a lot of Essence products, but for some reason, not this one. I saw it at the counter the other week and I was like, oh, I really want to try it. So what I'm going to do today is not only try it on, I'm going to wear it, see if there's any issues that crop up. One thing I do want to mention first up, and this is probably just Priceline, but this is disgusting. I tried to get the glue off, but they tape it up in Priceline because this doesn't come in any packaging, so it's pretty gross. I think first impressions are pretty poor, but I don't think it's Essence's fault, but maybe they should like shrink wrap it or something so stores don't have to do that. This is what it looks like zoomed in. Ignore the glue. When I do open it, which is the first time opening it, this is the wand. It's pretty standard. It's quite small. It does have bristles, but they look quite firm, so a little bit spiky bristles, but not that plasticky sort of rubber bristles that we see from other brands. Let's try it. I've gone fairly basic with my eye makeup today because I really want to see how the mascara works. Now I'm not going to curl my lashes because I don't normally. To be fair, my lashes, they're not great, but they're fairly well behaved. They don't tend to they don't droop too much if I've got a mascara that lifts even slightly. And my lids aren't too oily that I find that I get much transferring. So my mascara generally works, and most mascaras tend to work for me. This at the moment, I'm noticing that it's a drier consistency than a lot of other mascaras I've tried. And it is really gripping the lashes and lifting them up. So that's my lashes normally, you can't even see them here, and they're really lifted. So that's one good thing about this, but the volume just isn't there for what I normally want. So I'll keep trying. I normally just want to use one coat of mascara. I don't want to go back and have to do multiple coats. There's plenty of mascaras in the market that give me what I want in just one coat. Is really pretty. They're not clumpy, so they are sort of spread. Again, I really like that hold where it's lifting it up, but it's just really minimal for what I want, especially for something that's called False Lash Effect Mascara. I sort of expect a little bit more, but here we go. Again, in action. Very grippy brush. Very dry formula. Just not really much coming out. I'm going to redip. It's a good shaped wand for lower lashes because it's not sort of hitting my under eye area. Just going to build this side up a bit. What I do like about it is that it does have a lot of volume in there and then it sort of tapers out, which makes it look a little bit more natural. Sometimes you get mascaras that just plonk a lot on the edges and then it sort of gets quite heavy, whereas this definitely does. The product starts at the base and then sort of gets brushed through quite nicely. It's not clump resistant, so there is a little bit of clumping there. I personally want a mascara that has quite a bit of volume to it, like not chunky, spidery lash volume, but enough that I could actually see my lashes over my liner. And this is just a really small amount of brown liner. So the fact that this is not sort of doing much back there, it's unusual for the mascaras that I tend to use. Where this does seem to work really well is it's very good at lifting the lashes. So I feel like even if you curled your lashes, it seems to hold a lift really well. I don't know if mine's particularly dry. Is it always this dry? This feels like a mascara that's on the verge of drying out. Yeah, I don't know. I'm a bit torn by this. Even zooming out here, I feel like when I'm looking in the viewfinder, I can't see my lashes as much as I usually do. And that's fine on like very minimal makeup days where I just want natural lashes. But on days where I am wearing a bit of eye makeup or a colorful eyeshadow, for example, this wouldn't stand out enough from it, from my perspective anyway. So I'm going to test this a little bit more. So far, it hasn't wowed me, and I'm a bit disappointed. All right, my friends, I've been wearing this mascara now for about 5 days, and I have a lot of thoughts, and I also want to show you compared to another mascara that I've been using prior to opening this. So just to show the difference for me as well, because I want to see the difference. But a few issues that I've had with this mascara, and I haven't been able to take any sort of like wear or progress video because I've been really busy with the kids. But I just want to say that this does take a while to build up. So even though it sort of builds at the roots, I feel like it just never brings the volume out longer than the roots essentially. So I find myself having to sort of build this up, which is annoying because other mascaras I can get a good effect in one coat. This one I need to do a few, but also it's quite a dry formula. Throughout the day, I do notice it starts getting flaky and it starts feeling like by the end of the day, I'm like, I've got to take this off because I'm getting grittiness in my eyes, which is uncomfortable. And I also have noticed that this doesn't come off completely as easily as other mascaras anyway, with my cleansing oil and double cleanse method. In the morning, I always wake up with panda eyes. All right, I'm going to use the viewfinder as a mirror, so ignore me if I'm looking in the viewfinder. It is what it is. But here we go with Essence mascara. I'm really trying to get it in the length as much as possible. It is very dry and I've got to take some excess off. That's not that big a deal. Okay, so that's pretty much where I get to with my lashes. It's not looking great. I think this is better as a lower lash line mascara. Because anyway, that's it. Doesn't look great in my opinion. No, doesn't look great. I would be wanting to like brush that through. That doesn't look great. MAC. I'm going to do the same thing. This also has a lot of stuff that comes off it, and this is the MAC Stack mascara. Should really be using a mirror. I feel like that just does a lot more than this. This, I think the dryness of it, it's not great. So I think if I was to choose one, it'd be that one. I think that one just looks a lot more even. I feel like it's adding length and volume to the length as well. This one, again, the volume is mainly in the roots and then it's doing something weird. I don't know if I've got a really bad one of these. Like, is this just too dry? I'm not too sure. I'm going to go in with a second coat just to... I really want to make this work. I really want to love this mascara. I don't go into things wanting to like poo-poo them. I really want to go be like, yeah, these are working. This is great. So second coat, again, it's starting to get a bit clumpy. And, oh, yeah, that's probably not great. This one doesn't do well with clumpy like second coats either. But I usually don't need a second coat. So, no, that looks way better. Anyway, so what's wrong with this one? This MAC one is just a much better result. This to me, I would throw this out. I'm not going to use this. So tell me what I'm doing wrong. Do I have a bad batch? The difference, I think, is quite extreme. The saga continues with this. So after I did the comparison, I ended up taking some of the clumps off the Essence eye, put some more MAC mascara to even it out. But even at the end of the day, the one eye that had the Essence mascara on was flaking and irritating my eye. I was sort of rubbing my eyes because it was really annoying me. And then when I went to go jump in the shower, I realized that I had these little stubby lashes. There wasn't much length left, whereas the MAC one just looked nice and a lot of volume. But the other one just looked like it just all sort of flaked off. So there is something wrong about this formula. What I've decided to do today as my last attempt at using it before I declutter it is I put some Duraline drops in it to rehydrate it in case this is particularly dry. It did apply a bit better today, so less clumpy, but it's still not great. I feel like I get the volume at the front, but I don't get any volume at the sides that I like. And I tried to use this today with some colorful, not too colorful, but a little bit of color so I can see if the lashes actually stand out with a bolder eye look, because previously I've just used very, very minimal eye looks with it, and it really doesn't. So even if this lasts a lot better and doesn't flake into my eyes, I actually don't think this is a great mascara. It's definitely not a false lash effect. That is false. And this is 2 coats. So the fact that it looks so natural in 2 coats, this to me, not good. Okay, final update on this because I want this gone. I am officially decluttering this. And I'm upset that I wasted like a good 5 drops of Duraline on it. I'll be all right. I'll survive. This is much better, rehydrated a little bit, but it's still not great. I still don't like the effect of it, and I'm still finding myself wanting to reach for any other mascara I have in my collection but this. So this is not false lash effect by any means. It's either quick to dry out or the formulation is too variable, and I just don't think it's worth the hassle. Like, why am I putting 3 coats on to get the same effect, albeit a little bit more clumpier than 1 coat of another mascara? So this is not worth the hype in my opinion. I don't know why people rave about this so much. I know people also like the waterproof version. I don't like waterproof mascara, so I wasn't going to try that. But this one to me is being decluttered because it's just going to gather dust and I don't want it. So that is my conclusion. Not worth the hype. Not worth the hype. So thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you do love this mascara and what you love about it, because I am confused, but you know, everyone's different and everyone's body chemistry and lashes are different, and that's totally fine. So let me know if you've tried this, what you think about it, and a big thank you to my members for supporting this channel. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.